David and Lisa explore the sites together, staying at a depth of 100 feet. As David is distracted and swims deeper, he continues to breathe gas at high pressure. The high partial pressure of nitrogen dissolved in the blood is coming into equilibrium with fluid in the tissues and organs of the body, such that the absolute amount of nitrogen in the tissue is becoming quite large. Keep in mind that the total amount of oxygen in the tissue also increases, but much of it is consumed to support aerobic energy production. Unable to find her father and running out of time, Lisa decides to head for the surface. She ascends slowly. Why does she do this? As she ascends, the pressure of the water on her chest wall and body decrease. Since she's breathing through the regulator, the pressure in her lungs decreases as well. The nitrogen dissolved in the blood and liquid within the tissues and organs is greater than in the alveolus and diffuses out to the lungs where it is eliminated from the body when the daughter exhales. This process takes some time since the amount of nitrogen in the blood and tissues is significant. Lisa makes a safety stop before getting to the surface. She waits to make sure most of the excess nitrogen that she accumulated during the dive has made its way out of her body.
Dad! Dad! Where'd he go?
David is caught off guard by the sequence of events that have taken him off the dive plan. He panics and starts to head quickly for the surface. As he ascends from 130 feet, the water pressure on his chest wall quickly falls. The regulator on the scuba tank adjusts accordingly, and the partial pressure of the gases he's breathing goes down. However, unlike his daughter, he swims very quickly to the surface of the water. His body and its contents are decompressed rapidly as the pressure exerted on the body falls. There isn't enough time for the nitrogen to escape the body slowly. In a sense, the liquid is supersaturated with nitrogen, which suddenly comes out of solution by forming bubbles, much like how bubbles form when we rapidly decompress a champagne bottle by popping the cork. Some of these bubbles travel to the great veins and then to the right atrium of the heart. It is possible in some people, including the father here, for one or more bubbles to move from the right atrium to the left atrium through a hole called the foramen ovale. From the left atrium, the bubble flows to the left ventricle and then is pumped into the aorta, from where it travels through the carotid artery and lodges in a brain artery, blocking blood flow to part of the brain.
Dad! You had me worried. What happened?
Lisa helps her father into the boat. Something is clearly wrong. He's not speaking clearly and has weakness on one side of his body.
What's wrong?
There is a concern that he may have had a stroke, a blockage of one of the blood vessels in the brain.
We need to get him to a chamber. ASAP. Radio Shore.
The captain calls for help to arrange for David to be transported to a hospital with a compression chamber. By placing him in a high-pressure chamber, the nitrogen will stay in solution. No additional bubbles will form. They can then gradually reduce the pressure in the chamber, allowing the nitrogen to leave the liquid in the blood and tissue gradually, mimicking the slow ascent the daughter performed and avoiding the rapid decompression experienced by the father. The clinical syndrome experienced by the father was due to his overly rapid decompression and can be life-threatening.
Everything's going to be okay, Dad. I've got you.